everyone, Comic Reviewer here, and this time reviewing on Captain America, the First Avenger. Now, as you know, Captain America, the First Avenger, was meant to be the first Captain America movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, as well as the fifth film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now, I remember I had this on Blu-ray a long time ago. This was before I started my YouTube channel. And when buying this film again at CEX and waiting for the right time to watch it, I would say it isn't the best film I've seen. Again, unlike most Marvel Cinematic Universe fans, I'm not going to be wearing rose-coloured glasses and pretend this is an alright film. So the premise of the movie is meant to take place during in 1942, where we are introduced to Steve Rogers, who is this frail, weak, and skinny person. After basically wanting to join the army, he kind of ends up getting his one chance in using the kind of super soldier serum. And we kind of see Steve Rogers roll from basically being a nobody to being a legend. And what's interesting is we do kind of see Steve rejected from the military. We do basically see his friend Bucky kind of warning him about, staying from the front lines. And we also see Stanley Turek's character, Abraham Askin, allowing him to become Captain America. And we basically see Steve Rogers eventually becoming the Star-Spangled Man. And what's interesting is when he's basically in his kind of get-up, kind of promotional suit, he's kind of meant to be wearing a reference to his original costume, the main Marvel one, but when he kind of proves himself, he ends up wearing the kind of, more based on the Ultimate comic one. And later on, the film does kind of feel a bit like a G.I. Joe mixed with Captain America movie. And I kind of feel Hydra could have been a bit more interesting. I feel you could have replaced Hydra with the Nazis, which they sort of did. And you could have had Red Skull as the main leader and have other people from German, basically, royal families and that to kind of form Hydra, like with Baron Strucker, Viper, Baron Zemo, and other sort of members to combine their research and resources to kind of do it. But no, it does kind of feel a bit like a G.I. Joe clone. And I kind of feel Steve Rogers forming his own team with Dun Dugan, Cade Jones, and everyone else just kind of feels like they enforced them in there and just sort of recruits them for the sake of it. I kind of feel had it been Nick Fury, it could have given, Nick Fury a kind of moment to kind of form a brotherly relationship with Steve Rogers. And again, when you kind of got Bucky kind of foreshadowed as the Winter Soldier, they do kind of foreshadow it, but but when they do kind of get rid of Bucky, it kind of really could have worked more during the final battle with Red Skull, much like in the comics when Bucky kind of sacrificed himself with Captain America to stop a rocket and that. And I kind of feel Howard Stark is just flown in there to kind of give him a reason to kind of be in the movie. And I do kind of feel the movie does kind of feel like it misses its marks and really does feel like they could have done more with it. And when you kind of got Adam Solar put in, they do foreshadow what he's eventually going to become. And when you've got, say, the newsstand when they're handing out Captain America comics, when you see him punch Adolf Hitler, the comics are meant to be his first appearance and his origin. So I do think the movie comes off a bit boring. It doesn't feel like they really do anything big with it, and it feels like I'm watching a G.I. Joe movie mixed with Captain America. And I know as well that they did do two other Captain America movies, The Winter Soldier in 2014, and 2 years later, after 2014, Captain America's Civil War. So I do feel, well, the First Avenger lifted its shield. Through it, it just comes off as a bit boring and dull. And I feel Peggy's just thrown in there to be a love interest. And they hardly do anything interesting with her, except just to kind of be the badass, kind of independent female. And I kind of feel if they just had more time with Steve forming a team with Peggy in that, this could have been a bit more interesting. So I think the movie deserves our thumbs in the middle. Not the best, not the greatest, but it's alright. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.